Let's see if he picks a hero. Because hey, we got the Slardar. So we're completely in the woods here with the statistics too. But the Void Snap, you know, pretty classic combo, and the Snap Mars, you know, very strong lane together. But this Slardar, does this Slardar mix things up here?
Yeah, it definitely does, because it is one of the heroes that can crush the lane. Especially with the Mirana there with him. Silencer is going to be a very easy target. I think Neon.Atomic, what they're gunning for is strong lanes and strong team fight. Early mid game you survive just by using the ultis and getting a couple of kills with them, and then in the late game you're going to be strong. But with Unity Gaming picking up this Slardar, their offlane has the potential to be so strong, and if it starts popping off, Neon.Atomic are not going to have the strength to survive the early mid game and the mid game the way that they would want to. So I like this Slardar. It definitely changes things. Plus, if you look at Neon.Atomic heroes, they are all very bad in terms of armor. And there's a Tusk and the Slardar on the other side. I wouldn't even mind if something like a PA comes out. Because these heroes, they're going to get one-shotted.
PA Slardar definitely sounds very frisky. Does add up. And that also buffs up Tusk's tag team a lot. If you have more and more minus armor on top of it. So that can be utilized very strongly. And even a hero like Mirana as a support gains a big benefit from it. But I don't think I like the Mirana PA as a safe lane duo versus Mars and Snap. I feel like you're just going to get wrecked in that lane.
No, you would play Disruptor PA, I think.
It'd have to be Disruptor PA then, yeah, true.
And you just focus on getting the farm. But we'll see if they go that route. They don't have to. They have ways to blow up heroes already, so they can go for something a little bit more stable. Lifestealer and the Monkey King, I really like those bans. That would have been a lot more stable, because Unity would ideally want something that's a little bit on the tankier side, that doesn't get blown up that easily. Morphling comes to mind as a potential good pick for Unity. But it's banned.
5 seconds remain.
Yeah, would have been good. Neon.Atomic. What is on their minds right now? You've got this Void. You've got the Snapfire.
Need something that's gonna be finishing heroes off with the Mars. The catch potential of Unity isn't the greatest. I actually think something like a Void Spirit wouldn't be bad. Something that goes into the backlines and punishes the Disruptor, punishes the Mirana.
Yeah, the Ember's banned. OD is one of the only heroes that JG still has available in the hero pool. And then there's the Invoker. Those are the two heroes that haven't been banned by Unity, that he has played a lot.
Invoker is full-on greed for Neon.Atomic, and I think it's something that the Unity can exploit. I'm not sure if it's something I want to see. There is a lot of heroes here that synergize really well with the Invoker, mainly the Faceless Void. But Tusk would do really well in the lane, then he'd be able to run around the map.
What about mid Mars and offlane Darkseer?
There's a last pick on Unity. They'd pick like a Jugger or a Seeker, and then you'd lose. They go for a Puck. It's the safe one. Yeah. Burst magic damage with mobility. I think it's is the right approach.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out if this is a stable pick for Neon.Atomic or not. Puck still has a lot of heroes to worry about this game. Tusk, the matchup is kind of it's difficult. It has been pretty difficult for some of the Puck players. It's not a one-sided show. It's still pretty 50-50. But the effectiveness of Puck, you can't really kill the Tusk if you don't have a +1.
You can't. And the Puck here, it's about survival. It's about creating space and killing the Mirana and the Disruptor. That's how you create space. So you kind of stay away from the Tusk and the Slaughter. You only kill them if you have the multiple heroes or the help of the Mortimer's Kisses.
We're going to get a Lone Druid coming out from the side of Unity to finish off the draft. So MKS is going to have a very strong bear. Those heroes are going to melt super fast. If Puck gets caught in one stun, he's gone.
And this is really big because it is a tanky hero. If, let's say, you use the Chrono and the Lone Druid, even with the Mortimer's Kisses flying in, if the bear is outside and you have your ulti and you have some units to hit, you are going to be healing enough. So I think this is actually a really smart move from Unity. I'm loving their draft. I'm loving their draft. They have everything. They have a farmer, they have a pusher, they have relatively strong lanes, they have really strong early mid game and mid game. And that is when Neon.Atomic struggled. The way that Neon.Atomic have to win this game is every single time Chrono comes off cooldown pre like minute 20, you use it. Every single time Arena comes off cooldown, you use it. You have to be getting those kills. Unity Gaming cannot have 5 heroes on the map. If they have 5 heroes on the map, you're going to be dying, you're going to be giving more kills than you should, and you're going to be falling behind really, really fast. So I'm going to be going for Unity, but I think Neon.Atomic do have a chance. They just need to utilize their spells at every single point of the game when they can.
Yeah, Unity is definitely playing for that upper bracket spot. They need to 2-0 this series. If they lose the first game, it doesn't really matter for them anymore. It's just a seeding battle after that. For Neon, they just need 1 win, so they're feeling a bit more relaxed in that sense. But highlighting that fact that in that sense they can play it a bit more easier. If they lose both, they're out of the tournament. They don't even get to play the playoffs. I would like to remind all of the new viewers joining in who've been looking at the Liquipedia page, doing their calculations and doing their maths. Let me tell you one thing: no tiebreakers. No matter what the result is from this game, we have no tiebreakers because they're not needed. All the head-to-head scores are leading into a situation where the Neustadtl score is going to define which team has actually got wins over better opponents. Is like this Zonneberg. I don't actually wait. We'll actually need to double check this one because don't want to get this one wrong. Yeah, Sonneborn Berger score. So that's basically where they calculate a point, an amount of points basically you've got from the opponents that you played against. If that were to tie, then we need to play a tiebreaker. But because one team has got victories that are better than the other team's victories, we do not need any tiebreakers played out.
While you were going on your politically correct rant to tell our viewers that they're dumb, and then you already did all the calculations for them.
Whoa! You're okay. You are so bad-mannered, my good friend.
Both of the wards got awarded there, but
okay. Actually, I do have to admit, Twitch chat sometimes might be a bit silly. They do get 3 bounties picked up though. MKS with the bear and the hero will be able to pick up 2 for themselves, and Knight takes 1. What is it what you actually wanted to tell instead of insulting our viewership?
I said you did it, but I never said anything.
I never insulted anyone. Holy damn.
I allowed
You're
them,
always turning it against me, man.
I allowed them to make their own calculations because they're smart enough and educated
because you're flaming me directly.
But yeah,
they're not gonna make any maths if you just tell them that I've insulted everyone. Bruh.
No, it's never gonna happen again, Panda. This is the last time for sure.
Better not.
This time is the last time. Yeah, but yeah, both of the wards in the mid lane got taken down. But JG has already taken a beating from this Tusk. Look at how aggressively Knight is playing. Yep. That means both of them are gonna be losing a ton of CS. But who cares? We want to see battle. We want to see blood.
We want to see these teams really fight with tooth and nail for that continuation of the tournament. And considering Unity's situation, if they start from the upper bracket, knowing that the playoff is going to be a double elimination tournament, even if you're playing against the first seed, it's going to be Army Geniuses, you're still giving yourself a second chance in the tournament because your playoff run might just end after the first series that you play. So already being in the upper bracket will take you further in.
I mean, the group stages might not be the right measure because people are still trying things out. But what we have seen in the group so far, that anyone can beat anyone. Right, even Lilgun that got eliminated on their last day, they just played awesome Dota. So here in Southeast Asia, it has always been that way. Even the top teams could sometimes lose to the ones that no one would expect to win, because you have so many good players in this region.
Yep, I think one of the big highlights is Xerxes actually tying Fnatic and taking a point away from them.
Sure, for sure.
Just stays to say that even the bottom team can win the top team. At that time considered. Are gonna pummel this lone druid a bit. And not just a bit. The massive level 2 nuke from Lucify connects, and Seri will take first blood for Neon.Atomic. They get themselves the full combo of the spear, cookie, shotgun, bonk, and damn, that lone druid master, that bear master.
That's the way. You have the very strong laning phase on Neon.Atomic. You need to use it. In the early mid game, in the mid game, you're weaker. You need the advantage, and this is a great start. They get the first blood on a hero that's gonna be making the most plays. It's gonna be the Mars that is gonna be jumping on heroes and kind of securing that they stay in place, and then the puck to finish them off. So Seri having a good time in terms of CS and the first blood as well is just awesome for Neon.Atomic.
One good thing going on the side of Unity is when they're playing this lone druid is if you get to cast your ulti, puck with Waning Rift, it will still go through. You just hit the button, it will start turning your hero into true form. So it can soak up a lot of damage from the puck if that cast animation finishes.
The only thing I would like to be changed is if you are using the true form and you get silenced, that the sound stops. That would be good. You cannot like roar, you know, what comes out. That would be a good
Put some duct
change
tape
there
on
for
it.
sure. Yep.
Maybe it's a muffled roar. You know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, Panda, after this, you're getting hired to that muffled roar, and it is going to be added into the game immediately. But
yeah,
LW? Ooh, if that cookie connected, that would have been a disruptor in a world of hurt.
Okay, spawning another bear into the lane. 2-minute cooldown. Seri and Lucify definitely prying for their opportunities to get onto this lone druid again. 15 CS on the LD, 20 on the Mars, and 1 kill being the first blood kill. Still going for the face boots. Nothing else listed up currently. Knight playing some poke on the puck. Puck actually gone for some raindrops here.
MKS is in trouble again.
Okay, well, we can't really let our eyes go from this bottom lane, can we? Lucify getting the courier from the lone druid. He'll just let the hero stay alive for a bit. Salad will take down Hated. And Xiao Yu getting chased by Scottylicious here. He's got a stun in 2 seconds. Actually getting juked there by the Iron Branch. Can't get close to him. Walking back in. Loading up the stun. And we'll get Scottylicious. Does he have the loaded up stun? No!
Yes!
The bash! The bash for the rescue! Big turnaround there with the Faceless Void looking to be completely outplayed with the Iron Branch and getting back into the battle. But then you get the bash proc just as the Slardar had 3 stacks built up and he's going for the final attack. Just gets bashed to death.
Mistake from the Slardar. He could have gone for a hit on the Faceless Void. The Void was turning towards the Mirana, and then once he turns to you, you use the Crush and then you kill him. But the Slardar went for the Crush immediately, so when the Void turned, there was nothing to stop his hit animation, and of course he got lucky, but still, the Slardar made a slight mistake there. I think he got afraid of being killed by the creeps, so he went for the Splitter and Crush. In the end, the Void does die, but you can see that Neon got 3 kills around the map. Big thing though for Unity is that MKS survived. He was 1 hit from dying. He just resummoned his bear. It would have completely ruined his laning stage, but considering that the Disruptor ran in and died himself, it does salvage it a bit.
Alright, well, turning around into several kills for Neon.Atomic there in that top lane. Getting a great amount of success as we return back in. They're going for the first hit route there on Lucify. It's just a lone druid.
Void? Refilled the bottle. Okay, Scottylicious. Okay. He saw his lane being pushed in and he's like, yeah, I'm not going to be doing anything there on top. So now he takes down the wards. Scottylicious is like, yeah, I don't want to play carry anymore. It's too stressful, and he just goes to the support role.
JG battling it out with Tusk Coil being used. He's really attempting this kill on the Tusk, but we kind of discussed this already. You can't really kill him. No matter how hard you try. It doesn't even matter. Luzify chasing Law here. He's gonna get surrounded by Seri. Seri gonna get the spear into the tree. Cookie to follow up for a second stun. Shotgun used, and Law will go down to Seri.
Not the worst thing in the world. I think the Lone Druid is happy that the enemies are using mana to kill his support there, because that means that he can just continue to farm quite nicely. His phase boots are going to be done soon, so that's going to make the Spirit Bear much more powerful. Knight does have the Arcane Rune. We emphasized so many times in this tournament how important it is for the Tusk, the Arcane Rune, one of the strongest ones. Xiaoyu.
Yeah, exactly. The man in question. Nowhere to go. Too much slows. Time Dilation and Arcane Curse. That's not a very fun combo to run away from in the lane.
Unity need to jump on the Silencer. They need to get on top of him. Find the angle for the Slaughter to get on top of him. Get a Slithering Crush, Arrow Bash, and get the kill.
Stun to connect, and with the Orb in, JG will finish him off. I love how on Neon.Atomic side we've got like 3 different teams. We've got an ex-Neon player. We have JG with the Xerxia tag, and LFT. Seri's also looking for a team. Are they all looking for a team?
I think not. Some of Neon.Atomic players are now have made it to the real Neon Esports roster, and I think they are comboing it up with another team that we have here in the BTS Pro Series.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one.
Boundary in trouble though. He's got a lot of hate coming his way as Hated makes his way into the bot lane to sneak in for a kill for the Silencer. I'm just really disappointed in the current meta with the Silencer that you don't have a point in Glaives in almost every matchup. I think it's like 90% of the time you have the Arcane Curse Last Word build, which of course is good damage, good slow, helps everybody else out. But it's just not getting those juicy stacks because I see a lot of Silencers getting kills, but they're getting the kills because they're going for the build that they're doing currently. It's not because, oh, but you should get Glaives for all these kills you're getting, but then you're missing out on all the damage from that one value point, like third level Arcane Curse. That's...
And then you played the carry and your Silencer went for the Glaives and you got very annoyed because, yeah, we get it. It is quite annoying. Although in the mid lane, JG finds a really good initiation.
He does. Gets a good opening. Here's the Chrono onto the Lone Druid. He's a tanky boy, but when surrounded by 4 enemies, Snowball safe still there. He will live a little bit longer, but they're not going to actually save him. But it does come at a cost for Scotty Licious. This Lone Druid and this Tusk in the same team, they're so bulky. And it's just becoming an impossible mission for them to actually kill these heroes. Mirana is about to die to the Arcane Curse here. Might just be enough. One more tick. Oh, okay. He has to use one of his earned charges. He's still got one in the pocket though, so it's not like he lost a lot just trying to survive. Xiaoyu going for the puck here. Bash loaded up now. Needs that connection, but he's gonna get silenced up by Hated here. Oh, takes a massive beating on the Silencer. And Silencer down. Xiaoyu, however, you are behind enemy lines. The spy has been found. Executed.
Xiaoyu loves to go for plays like that, but he did force a lot of movement there towards him. Almost killed JG as well. Was losing the sprint, that's why he wasn't going for it. I really want this Silencer. Yeah, he is going for a Veil. Yep, that's so amazing. Looking at their hero picks, they do so much magical damage. With the Veil, the damage output of Neon.Atomic is gonna be so huge, and it might actually deal with the problem that they have in terms of damage in the early mid game.
Yeah. As you can see, they can also utilize this Mars really well with the puck. Get the coil out, you can throw in a spear, which will break the coil and then take the spear damage and still get stunned after. Even if it doesn't pin you to a tree, you can still use the coil stun to your advantage. Seri has Arena. Lucify already giving the vision there, but are they taking a long wrap around here? I would say Hated would have gone for the slow there to try and catch the Disruptor, but probably not just worth the risk.
Neon.Atomic are playing a really good game. I like what they're doing. They are being super aggressive and using every single one of their ultis off cooldown. And now they're opening up the map, so it's going to be much easier for them to engage. Around the mid lane, there's going to be a lot of fighting happening with the next set of ultis from Neon.Atomic if they don't find an opening on the top lane. And they might be able to, considering that MKS might not be able to finish off this tower in time.
Global Silence being used up in the mid lane. He's still focusing on the top lane. Lucifer with a stun on the Disruptor. Here comes the Spear. He'll finish off the Disruptor. Global Silence for a kill, but they're losing the tower.
They don't care about top. They're like, who cares about that one? Right now, Neon.Atomic, they want to fight around the mid and they want to place a ward in their own big jungle. I think those are the ideal scenario for them to make sure that they can always get the fights that they want and be relatively successful with these ultis.
Still with a double kill lead. Net worth is still tied. It's actually Slardar topping the net worth, which is very curious to me.
As a Midas now as well, so it's not going to be changing too much.
Not too often do you actually get to see Slardar in the top 2. Now actually leading it does make a bit of a difference here. Looking at the bot lane, Scottylicious, he's trapped.
Bad jump.
He's trapped and he's dead. Because of it too.
Yeah, it was a really bad jump coming out from Scottylicious. Just had to eat the tree there. Didn't really expect that he was gonna get caught there, and then took some time to eat through the tree. In the end, it just ended up being a disaster for him. Also, very nice award left here for Unity Gaming as well. Neon Esports have to be careful of giving kills on the bottom lane. The Faceless Void can't be there alone. Now having the Chrono, he needs to go for a play.
Go for the coil in mid with the Mortimer's Kisses. He's locked down on the spot, so even if he tries to break the coil as soon as he possibly can, the Mortimer's Kisses will burn the feet of the Tusk. Fisherman finding out that this is no longer the watery area where he's supposed to be with his fishing pole. It's like something's wrong here. The river is burning.
Okay, I like that the Tusk changed his item build. He cannot get away with the Deso this game, at least not early on. You either get a Blink so that you can start fights faster, or you get a BKB so that they can't kill you like this. So he switched it up, and it's a really good thing. Because with the Deso itself, you still need to find an opening, and until you have it, you know, one-shotting the silencer and stuff like that, not a big deal, and you're still gonna lose your life. So he switches it up. Having the Blink Dagger makes it much easier to play, much easier to find these openings that you desperately need.
JG hunting in the top lane, but Coil's still on cooldown. Lucifer also right next to Salad here in this mid tower. Does he feel threatened by the presence of this Mirana? Oh, the arrow misses. JG, it feels weird that the Puck is defending a top tower.
He's the one that doesn't get caught by the glimpse.
Snowball as he dodges the bonks. Jerry still has Spear, but the arena's already ran out. Scottylicious with the slow from the time dilation. It does force Knight away, but it's not a kill opportunity. Oh, Silencer. Oh, barely dodges the arrow there. Luckily, he kept on the move and actually went to the different direction where the arrow was about to land.
Big timings are coming for the teams, mainly for Neon.Atomic this Veil of Discord. There's not going to be a single BKB on the enemy side for at least 3-4 minutes, and that is when this Veil is going to be doing massive amounts. They smoked, but they're not sure where they want to go. If they go towards the top lane, they'll lose the mid lane tower. It's very unfortunate for them, but yeah, that's why you're going
it's the same combo as they've done before, but Scottylicious very low on HP. He's going to be traded for this. I'm not sure if it's worth, really, because it is the Faceless Void that goes down. Like, it's a good pick-off on Knight, but this Void should be farming. Or at least staying alive.
The greed of not wanting to use the Chrono. It's gonna come at a cost.
They're still battling on the side of Atomic. Salad wants to kill Snapfire, but this Curse, again, might have to use an Earn Tick. Yeah, it's not even gonna be enough. That's a waste.
He used 2 leap charges and an arrow. I think even the Starstorm as well, so 4 spells being used will increase the duration of the Arcane Curse way too much, 8 seconds to be exact, and it just makes it impossible to live.
Knight wants to grab this Silencer by the feet. He's going to toss him in the air, so Snowball's going to be there too. Kinetic Field has been placed down. How is he this tanky? A Silencer shouldn't be able to take this much beating from 2 heroes at least, but so he does. He is amplified, so Xia Yu sees him. Shards flying in. Knight
There's
going
one
in for
for
the
it.
snowball. He wants it. Knight going straight onto the tower to pick it up. Now here comes Seri. Was it worth it, Knight? It's a judgment call. Oh, there's a Critical 3! Slardar walks into it. MKS is the prime target they want to get first. Double kill for Seri. And Slardar fighting alone. They've got the arena placed down. Pinned onto the wall is Xiao Yu, surrounded by 4 enemies as he's lost his buddies. And the rest of them have gone from the vicinity of the area as Scotty Licious to secure the kill in the end, making it 3. And Silencer, he plays the ultimate bait. He is the decoy turkey.
For sure, 3 cores go down. If you lose 1 or 2 heroes there, it's okay. You're forcing the enemies to use all of their ultis on the defensive, but you lose all 3 of the cores. That's a little bit too much of an investment. Still, Unity Gaming, dust yourself off, go again. There is no arena, there is no chrono, there is no coil. The coil might be up, but you need to continue chasing towards the opponents. Slardar can maybe go back to farming, but the Tusk, the Disruptor, and the Mirana have to go for a pick-off right now.
Still 9-18. You had 6-12 on the scoreline. Now 9-18. Still tied in economy. Those minuses
For every single hero of ours you kill, will kill 2 of yours. That's that's how Neon.Atomic are going for it. And they're the ones that go for a smoke. They're the ones that are gonna catch Xiao Yu. Or will they?
Well, that's a bit of a spell fiesta.
Okay. Yeah. They're none of their heroes died, so they don't want to exercise any revenge. They just threatened there. We can attack you anytime if you murder any one of our heroes. Now there's no coil either, so you can most definitely go for a play. You should go for a play. The thing is, Unity Gaming are so close to that BKB on Slaughter and Blink on the Tusk. Okay, Tusk finishes off his Blink, that you want to finish it off, and they're not utilizing.
Nice arena. Very nice play there from Seri. Even if the Global Silence comes out, we still get the Mortimer's Kisses in full. How did Lucify... never mind. That was actually just a really good read, because the reaction as the kinetic field was on top of the Mars as he got the arena out. Just a great reaction. That I'm going to need some help, Snap. You got it. Granny's going to do some shooting. That's one of my proudest Snapfire impersonation. They're going to find the puck kill. Some very weird positioning from time to time from a few players in this game. Got Knight diving tier 2s. We have a puck on the enemy tier 2 tower getting gangbanged. It's like there's just the heroes are just getting lost on the map sometimes. It's like, you know, did they even have a mini map available?
I didn't even know that was you impersonating the Snapfire. I thought it was in the game, just someone using the Snapfire voice lines. Panda, that was really amazing. But anyways, they do bring down the puck. That is a big deal. That is the big deal. Slardar will have the BKB now, so that is the timing for Unity Gaming. But I think Neon.Atomic are already happy with how this game is going, with the heroes that they have, with the team fight composition that they are gonna be having in the later portions of the game. They still haven't survived through the worst, but they're getting close to it.
Hated versus 2 supports in the river. Knight is also around. JG going for the coil. He will find the first one. He wants this disruptor as well. He's like, oh, you're that low? Okay, I'll take it. They've got themselves the arena. Misses the Slardar, though. He will turn around on the Mars. He's got a lot of damage. He's got it just off the courier at a perfect time. But the chrono might just water down this 9-second BKB. So you thought he had the time of a lifetime. But no. It is taken away from him. As soon as he gets that toy in his hand, it's getting ripped apart with that chrono from Scotty Licious.
This Veil of the Silencer is just stupid good. He kills both the supports on his own. The puck is there just to finish them off as they're running away without any chances of really doing it. So beautiful for Neon.Atomic, but Unity Gaming, again, they have to fight. There are no ultis. Go in now. It's your time.
Bears coming in. That's a warning sign. Seri blinks away. Glimpses coming out. Static Storm placed down on the ground. Seri inside it. JG on the side. Bear taking a lot of damage here. He's already down to 13. But with the Deso, they think a connection onto JG. He's going to get feared around the tree line. Another illusory orb. And with the phase shift, has a blink. They're going to be able to get out before Unity gets to respond.
They don't have the catch for the puck. If the Tusk isn't there, it's a problem. But the Silencer is still continuing to do massive amounts of damage. Hated is a problem.
It's Roshan. A's gonna drop too. Mortimer's Kiss is already flying in. It's gonna do a heavy amount of damage. There's a lot of heroes sharing this.
Doesn't have the range.
Bear at 100
okay.
HP. He's gonna send the bear home. Good attempt. They're gonna smoke up. I think this is the only course of action. You smoke up right away.
You smoke up, you get a kill, you walk into Roche. That is what you want to do.
Yeah, rinse and repeat.
That the arena is up.
Rinse and repeat.
Yes.
Yep. That's a good pickoff too. 50 seconds.
Are they greedy or do they go for Roche?
Seri was considering to go here. Yep, and there's the spear. Slardar getting ticked down lower and lower. Salad falling. Oh dear.
That was such a beautiful position.
That was a beautiful position, yeah. That was a good reply from Neon.Atomic. Not being afraid, staying in the area. And there goes your Rose potential.
Yep, greed is not always good. Not really. Not this time around. They wanted more. They wanted to turn this game back. Neon.Atomic have played this game really well. I'm impressed how they approach the fights, how they played around their ulti cooldowns every single time, going for kills. Even though Unity Gaming saw for a second they have to switch things up. With the item choices, mainly the Tusk getting the blink over the Deso, it's still not enough because Neon.Atomic were consistently killing them. Every single ulti was used in a good way, and now this Mars was hiding behind the tree, and at the same time he uses the arena and the spear, and the Slaughter just cannot react with the BKB. Though was greedy, they're not using it the second that the Arcane Curse connected, because again the Surveil is doing so much for Neon.Atomic.
Talking about greed is good actually reminded me of another thing. Do you know who is based on the Warcraft 3 cheat? Who's Your Daddy?
No.
It's based on the actor Arnold from Terminator. But he's from a different movie. I think it's from Kindergarten Cop, if I remember correct. Gonna take down MKS. Xiao Yu battling it out. Seri. Very dangerous looking posture there in the front line. It's basically him quoting out, "Who's your daddy and what does he do?" And into the Roche pit for Neon.Atomic. They've got the little shredder. Will help them with that minus armor. They have Scottylicious with a lot of attack speed and a decent amount of damage. It's a bit of a slower attempt than with the Slardar, but a much more secured one currently because no static storm, nobody in the vicinity. We got time.
Yeah, no guts on Unity to go for a fight. They just don't have the strength right now. Even without the ultis, Neon.Atomic are winning fights.
They know if they win this game, what's at stake. JG, let's get thrown in by Luzify with the gobble up. It's actually a great timer to have it too. There's some squishy targets that will take a lot of damage from that stun. And then if it's a puck specifically, that's a lot of burst damage.
Unplayable game for the Disruptor and the Mirana. The Disruptor is going for an Aghanim Scepter, but even if he gets it, I'm not sure how much it changes. You are going to be able to use it only when you get jumped, because right now, the division of Unity Gaming just cannot be on a high level. They have the Mirana, and they really have to utilize the Moonlight Shadow in an aggressive way. If you're just running away with that spell, it's not going to be good enough. You need kills.
Kills are much needed. Neon.Atomic still keeping up the pace of having more than 2 kills than your opponents. Now up to 28 and actually has a 5k lead because they finally broke the stalemate. Has been sliding slowly but surely in their favor more and more and more.
And they got the map control as well on the bottom lane. The tier 2 goes down. Now Unity Gaming, it's very tough for them to control the map. You have this lineup that has to consistently go left and right. Okay, Salad is just gonna be
hunted down.
just gonna be going down. Yeah, but you have this lineup that needs to consistently be fighting, and you don't have the map control to do so. It's a very grim position.
Yeah, a bit of a battle here with Knight and Seri. All I can say is Lilgun fans they're frightened right now.
Most definitely are. Faceless Void also, people will think he's going for a Mjolnir, but no, he wants the AC. It's about survival now. He knows that his team already has enough damage. They have so many spells to work with. The enemies with their BKBs aren't going to be strong enough to survive. And the enemy supports are dying. So what he's trying to do with the AC is not save only himself, but it's about saving his Silencer and the Snapfire in particular.
Unity just trying to wear down that Roshan timer. Bit under 3 minutes. Mirana ulti. Scotty Licious is nearby. Not sure if he saw them. Feels like a no. They are gonna
Oh,
get
they want to try the backline.
They've got the puck on their sights here. Xiaoyu, always blink, and the dodge of the global silence. Good response. That will keep the puck's life intact.
And he jumps towards his teammates immediately. I think Puck still does survive there. The shards are a pretty nasty spell to potentially cancel your blink out, but very, very quick reactions there on the Puck. I mean, that's just the right click from the Slardar that needs to connect. He had it charged up for the bash, so very nice reactions overall.
Yes, he's gonna find a tower in the bottom lane, but they are currently doing a jungle farm, or triangle farm, basically, is Knight with the Tusk, and MKS would like to keep up a pace. Sadly, their farming rotations don't quite work out anymore at this stage of the game when the Aegis is still up on your opponent and they're slowly taking tower after tower. He is going for the teleport towards the bottom lane, and that's gonna catch the Tusk off guard. A lot of heroes being sent there. Scotty Licious, though. He looks like he's coming out the right way. Salad. Yeah, I just barely saw Scotty Licious there. And now with the ward, he's already joining his teammates.
Unity Gaming's warding is really on point right now. These are the wards that you need, and you can see how they're positioning around the map. They were constantly behind enemy lines trying to find someone, and Salad in a perfect position because he got that one. He saw the smoke, and they have no idea where he is.
Finally been spotted. Still in the trees. Do they actually figure out his position? No.
Nah, he just needs to not breathe.
A lot of teams like I would say if this was something like Yopaj, he would check the tree line. He would throw a spear on a Mars in there and check if someone's around.
Yeah, those guys don't give up.
Static Storm used, and JG just blinked out of it. He's gonna get stunned up. Another combo. Oh, the glimpse, though. It's gonna ruin their chances, and he can't get any hits in. Oh, it's a bit of a disappointment. Now they're in trouble. They're gonna get reinitiated on Seri. Battling against Xiaoyu. He's fighting against him. Hayden actually gone down. Lucify battling against Knight. Two separate battles going on right now. BKB Slardar on the way out. Disruptor is gonna give his life away, so the rest of them can disengage. They're already out.
Disruptor not. He is the behind enemy lines. These really good wards from Unity Gaming are allowing them to play this way. Just look at the positioning of their heroes. They're always very deep somewhere on the map trying to hunt, and now they've hunted the Mars.
Oh, that's a good one. Seri extended a bit too far in the lane. That's 1,000 gold for MKS. That's good comeback gold for the Lone Druid.
Man, they're playing so well. This is so cool how they're approaching this. Neon.Atomic, they haven't even been able to take down the top tier 2, and this is the strength. Also, one thing that we didn't talk about Unity Gaming's lineup is their push potential. The Lone Druid pushes so fast that he can always force out TPs, allowing his teammates to run in circles around the enemies and find these openings.
Salad with the Yules. Arrow needs to be perfect. It's gonna be Xiaoyu coming in. Maybe now he gets his chance. Oh, so close. Come on. No, denied. And an Arbender glimpse will finally finish him off. Salad with the Star Storm. Or was it even a right click that landed in? But doesn't matter. A kill is a kill.
Hated is dying as well. MKS going for it really hard. No luck.
Doesn't have the Aghanims. Bear unable to hit that far. Scotty Licious spotted. Xiaoyu coming in with a stun. Might have to chrono himself to safety, but where are you gonna chrono if you can't even recover from the stuns? Unity Gaming finding some very big kills for themselves and keeping their hopes alive. This game is not over.
This is one of the best movement that I've seen in the tournament so far. Unity Gaming, they were struggling so much before they got their key items, but as soon as they were able to push out on the map a little bit and place this aggressive vision, they've been doing so well. Some of the wards have been taken down, but some of them are very hard to find.
They are looking for the mid wave to be pushed in. There's nothing to gain in the top lane. However, in the bottom half of the map, there's a tier 2 tower to be taken, which is slowly being pushed in by Xiaoyu.
Look at Unity Gaming. Look at all the heroes. No one is together. They're on 5 different points on the map. Literally, I'm gonna be on top, you bottom, you mid, and the 2 of us are gonna be in between that one. And then whoever they see, they bring 2 or 3 heroes on them, they disperse. Bring 2 or 3 heroes on them, they disperse. And that is how you want to do it. You don't want a straight up team fight. This is just beautiful what they're doing. And Neon.Atomic, the thing they're struggling with right now is pushing out the waves. JG is gonna have to be doing a better job than this to secure that his teammates can find real team fights.
Yeah, fights are going to get very interesting because the more BKBs, the less the global silence is going to do, the less that Veil is going to help their team. The magic damage that they have on Neon.Atomic is going to fall off because it's all flat damage. So it's just the Faceless Void and maybe even Seri, who's going to enable Scottylicious to hit. So if Scottylicious is really going to be the only source of damage in the team, well, the puck obviously does help you out a bit, but he's like, when you look at percentage-wise, who's actually doing the damage in these late-game fights? I wouldn't be too surprised if we see something like a refresher for the Faceless Void, just so that he can get 2 BKBs, or maybe even the double chrono out in some of the fights. Mars is already looking to build... Wait, that looks like a Lotus Orb to me that he's building right now instead of a refresher. We've seen some good Marses having these double arenas with range cores on the opponent's side. This is not the case. There's a lot of melee on Unity.
Unity are going for a big team fight. If they win a big team fight, it's gonna be a showing that they can win the game. DD Tusk and Orchid on the Slardar. The puck has no spell, no item to remove that. That can be a big factor in the fight. And
they don't have the Lotus yet on Seri, which would be against that Orchid. So if Slardar finds his target, puck is gonna be very, very screwed.
That's the second smoke ban that they really want this fight, and they're gonna find the perfect target. If it's the silencer, he'll just die.
They start here and looking for them for the initiation. Xiao Yu, and they get Scottylicious as well. He's gone instantly inside the static storm, not able to do anything. Seri, surrounded by MKS Lucify, trying to get some damage out, but it's Seri just trying to get away. Drops down the arena. They're losing hero one after the other. He does get to blink out because the arena walls are blocking the projectiles from Salad, and that allows Seri to actually disengage, and Roshan has literally just spawned.
Very key things in that fight. The Void jumped in to save his buddy, and the arrow landed on him. The arrow was intended for the silencer, but it landed on the Faceless Void. Just made the fight impossible. I liked what JG did. He immediately, when he saw how the fight was going, he went to outpush the lanes. So they're not going to be losing Raxes. But this is how you win against heavy team fight lineups. At some point, you have to find a 5 versus 5 that you're going to win, and it has to come out from good positioning. That is exactly what Unity Gaming accomplished there. And now with an Aegis, a very, very tough situation for Neon.Atomic.
Good move there. Takes away the DD rune right in front of the Slardar. That could have been going again for the Tusk. They literally just had a DD rune on the Tusk, and that's another one just spawned. We are not finding any luck, any success. Like you said, Puck, after the fight, left to push out the waves. Top is very far in, which Xiao Yu is currently patrolling at. But that bottom wave, it is being pushed in moment by moment, but still. Can Atomic fight? They've got all their ultis up. Like, they need to find an opening where they initiate.
On the bottom lane. Bottom lane is where they fight. You want to protect this tier 2. You have the glyph as well. If you use it, it means that they're fighting. Okay, Unity
Is it too early? Is it too early? The scan's not there on point yet. They're wrapping around it as well. They won't get the information on it. They're protecting the tower, though.
Law.
But they're already out, and Law's positioning. Beautiful.
They know where
still there. Okay. Scottylicious just jumps on top of him. Cancels the TP with a bash. He'll give his life away for it. That's fine. He's got the info.
As soon as you see the glyph, you know that the enemies are fighting, because the glyph will not come back after this tower is dead. And then you know that your tier 3 is a goner. So, as soon as they use that one, Unity Gaming, they just went out and they were like, yeah, let's give the disruptor a kill so that we don't have to don't have to be hiding for a long time. They still didn't use the shard from the Roche. They want to give that one to the Slaughter. That's gonna be a big deal as well, just applying that the corrosive haze on everyone who gets stunned.
Unity again finding another opening. It's onto Seri. And like you said, I have to completely agree with you. The map movement from Unity has gotten so good that Atomic are basically just standing still waiting for something to happen instead of taking the initiative on their own end now. They're feeling very afraid, and this allows Unity to really just push their momentum.
And no glyph, no glyph. The Spirit Bear, look at this tower. It's gone in 3 seconds. Look at him. He is using his ulti because he knows just how much damage it's gonna be going into that tower.
And this bear, unstoppable. MKS standing right behind him. Glyph has been forced out. Savage Roar doesn't quite connect. Bear has also a BKB. There goes the melee. Here goes the range racks. Easy job. MKS is still inside the pit. The rest of them are outside. Okay, MKS is finally seen. He has another bear as well. 2 minutes of Aegis.
No more glyph. Look at what he's doing to the towers. Neon, it's now or never. You fight or you lose everything.
Scottylicious just can't find an opening for a chrono here. Unity Gaming, they flipped the table. How turned the tables?
I'm just super impressed, man. The way that they play Dota after that minute 30, considering that ultra late game goes the way of Neon.Atomic just because of their team fight. But the way that Unity is moving, they're not allowing the enemies to get to that point. Already talked about it. The Puck is the main hero of Neon.Atomic that needs to make sure that the lanes are out. That's gonna make it possible for you to find a team fight, but he just hasn't been able to push out the lanes enough. And now Unity Gaming are at a point where just with the bear showing on one lane, you know that you're gonna be losing so much structural damage at that side, and you need to be there immediately. So at this point, it's easy for Unity Gaming to force Neon.Atomic into a place in the map that they want them to be.
Bubble up. Spit right in the face of MKS, and they've got the fight to break loose. 1 minute for the Aegis to run out. They're trying to go for the bear. Chrono from Scottylicious needs to pay off. They're going to get the first life off of the Lone Druid momentarily, but he's still turning around. The bear there, and finally getting rid of the Aegis. That's one down. Slardar low on HP, but so is the Void, so is the Mars, and Unity Gaming, they're still holding together with every member alive. Even MKS coming back with that second life. Slardar gets to live. Hated, charging the front line on a bloody support silencer, gets eaten by the bear. That's a tasty magician. Even though this bear doesn't talk, but you probably can imagine yourself being that red panda.
Spirit of anger, and Unity Gaming, they got angry quite a lot in that early game because they were being destroyed every single time. There are no spells on Neon Esports. They can end this one. There are two ways. You can either go for the straight up throne push, or you can even backdoor the bottom lane. The backdoor protection doesn't save you from this bear.
And they're going for tier 4 towers right now. They're going to force the buyback off of the silencer. They're successful in it. However, the Puck can't afford his, which is probably what they were hoping for. Can we get the buyback off of him too? We already got Scottylicious. We already got Seri.
I think the main thing is they don't have the resummon on the bear. And MKS is saying, yo guys, if my bear dies, our damage output is going to be severely limited. So let's make sure, and also his survivability is going to be severely limited. So let's make sure that we just outpush the bottom lane. Once the creeps get here, we're going to have the bear, and it was already proven that Unity Gaming can win a fight, even when Neon have all of their spells.
Xiaoyu. A little bit too deep here in the lane. Law comes in with a very nice static storm, but the arena is going to be isolating them. However, the Slardar turning around, takes the Void down, takes the Snapfire down all by himself. The BKB enables him to battle it out. He's got no magic immunity anymore, but they're looking for him. He's 100 HP and lose a 5 for the snipe, but they've lost Hated too, and Granny just bought back as well. Law on the back line, trying to make a battle here. Knight is fighting versus JG on the lane. Puck trying to cut the waves. They're fighting the Mars. Mars got nowhere to go. He's feared on the spot, and he's down MKS with a double. And Neon.Atomic, they're going to be losing this first game, and Unity are really making this series very, very exciting because it wasn't a Neon.Atomic victory in the end, as it was supposed to be, at least in their eyes. Unity are still good to go for the upper bracket, but we'll have to see what happens in Game 2. Neon.Atomic, they still need that one win, Harry. They still need that one win.
Yeah, they do. And Scottylicious, man, is he gonna be feeling bad about himself. He got the BKB relatively early in this game, and he only used it once. All of the fights that Neon.Atomic should have won, they would have won, and Scottalicious uses his BKB, but he was conservative with the usage every single time. Once he eats an arrow, now he's the Aghanim Scepter and the Disruptor. There are multiple times that he just gets stunned up, the arrow connects, and he dies. If you just jump in with the Faceless Void, you pop the BKB, you get a few bashes, then you use the Chrono. That's how you want to play with the hero, and he was just wanting to save that one for too long, possibly being scared of a glimpse if he uses the Chrono, and then he won't be having anything to attack with. Neon.Atomic, they had such a great start, but when the time came for them to overtake the game, for them to start pushing in the lanes and just continue winning these big team fights, Unity Gaming went for those amazing movements. The wars that they had around the map were so good, and their utilization of them was amazing. Neon.Atomic were lost, and that is the type of Dota that I love to see.
That was a wild game one. It was pretty back and forth, but I think one big factor that did actually catch my eye is Scottalicious' hero damage. It is low, and this shouldn't happen in a game where you have a Faceless Void as your carry. They did everything correct in the first 25 to 28 minutes, and after the half an hour mark, it just felt like they weren't doing anything right, and Unity understood what they need to do to stretch the game out. How can they last longer in this game? Spreading out on the map. We saw a very spreaded Unity at one time of the map where they were in 5 separate places, not even afraid that they've been on the back foot for like this entire game basically. So that spells confidence, that spells good shot calling, and that really gave them the momentum shift that they needed to turn this game into their advantage. Just really, really good map movements.
Shot calling and individual understanding of how to connect, because when you have 5 heroes away from each other, communicating is not easy, and this gives me a lot of confidence that Unity Gaming, if they continue playing together, this is gonna be one hell of a team in the future.
And this now puts our series in a situation where the final game is gonna defy a lot of fates. Unity can still go upper bracket if they 2-0. Neon.Atomic can still stay in the tournament with a win and knock out Lilgun. If they lose, they are the ones going out. Let's see what happens as we find out after the break for the final game of the group stages.